CitrusTV News live at 6. SU unveils plans to offer courses over winter break.
An SU fraternity will not face sanctions after a police search found illegal drugs.
The College Common Application website is running into some major issues.
And to look at who won some of the big races around the nation last night, CitrusTV News starts right now.
Welcome to CitrusTV News live at 6. I'm Irfan Uraizee.
And I'm Alex Resnick. Stephanie Miner has been re-elected mayor of Syracuse for a second term. It's our top story tonight. In winning the election, Miner defeated Conservative and Green Party challengers Ian Hunter and Kevin Bott. Miner unofficially won the election with 68% of the vote. Conservative and Green Party challengers Ian Hunter and Kevin Bott both gathered only 15% each. However, turnout wasn't very high in the election. Of the 71,014 people registered in the city, only 15,212 voted for mayor. That's a 21% turnout. Miner said that the vice president called her immediately after polls closed to wish her well and say he was very proud of her. Miner was first elected in 2009. She will serve as mayor for 4 more years.
College at SU has recently announced a new course option. CitrusTV reporter Julianne Pixoto tells us how you can be more productive during this winter break.
Looking to get ahead in classes? Or just tired of doing nothing during winter break? If so, Winterlude is right for you.
Winterlude is a pilot that will take place between the fall and the spring semesters.
For the first time ever, students will have the opportunity to take an online course during winter break.
I think the most appealing thing is that you can kind of get it over with over the winter time. It keeps you busy over the winter time because no one really does much.
5 classes are being offered and will run for just over 3 weeks during the winter vacation.
It seems like there's a demand, an ever-increasing demand during the break for students who might be looking for a course.
Senior Greg Fortino is considering taking a philosophy course over the break. He thinks that Winterlude is a great option for new SU students.
If you're a freshman, you should really look into this and kind of focus on doing a winter course and even summer courses that SU offers, just so you could kind of focus on your major and any other classes you're really interested in during the regular school year.
Students interested in signing up for Winterlude classes should not waste any time with registration, as there are limited spots.
I think it can fill the need for a combination of students. Again, it's a small pilot, so the courses somewhere will probably have a maximum number of students, around 20.
Registration for Winterlude will open up on November 13th. From outside the University College, I'm Julianne Pixoto, CitrusTV News.
Students looking to learn more about Winterlude are encouraged to visit the website at winter.syr.edu. The Alpha Chi Rho fraternity will not face sanctions after police found illegal drugs at the chapter house in September. The Fraternity and Sorority Affairs Office said Monday that the fraternity was found not responsible for the drugs. Police seized marijuana, cocaine, and over $5,000 from the house in late September. They belonged to Patrick Jackson, a former brother in the house who was arrested as part of the search. One way to describe Election Day at Byrd Library? Quiet. Polling at the library on Syracuse University's campus saw less traffic than usual. Election inspectors say only about 40 people voted at the polling station located on the library's first floor this year. Byrd Library is a polling site for the 16th Ward of Syracuse, covering the majority of the University Hill.
We are 6 days away from the Student Association elections, and CitrusTV's Cyan Grandison got to sit down with presidential candidate Boris Gressley to talk about his campaign.
Elections just days away, presidential candidate Boris Gressley is pulling out all the stops to gain the students' votes. Since announcing his candidacy, Boris has pushed his campaign an Alliance for Change and says he hopes to work with the student body to make a difference on campus.
SA is a student government that's supposed to be lobbying for student interest. And as such, I would make them understand that. I am giving you a plan of action where we're going to move forward as a unity. And I'm making people understand that as an alliance, we're going to promote change and we're going to have change.
Before running for SA president, Boris served under 2 administrations as a student representative for the College of Arts and Sciences, then left to become the president for the Residence Hall Association. After withdrawing from SA, Boris feels that he hasn't seen our student government improve like it should.
I agree with a lot of my competitors, my opponents, in terms of, actually tackling the big issues such as tuition and diversity and housing, undergraduate education. All these issues are prevalent, they're very important. But unfortunately, these are issues that other candidates have come out and also vocalized on previous elections. And yet again, there's been no change.
In order to transform the administration, Boris's plan of action is to use Franklin Delano Roosevelt's 3 R's to help improve the student community.
My first phase is the reform phase, which is something that we internally reform SA to be more transparent, effective, efficient, and accountable in terms of what they're doing for their students. My second phase, which is the reconnection phase, which is a student affairs summit, where we have student leaders from different facets of SU all under one roof and really talking about the issues that are very prevalent for all of us. If you follow phase 1 and 2, then phase 3, which is my redirection phase, is where we're going to start tackling them.
Boris says that the election is about running for Syracuse University and being a leader for his peers. I'm Cyan Grandison, Citrus TV News.
The televised debate will take place this Sunday, and the SA elections begin next Monday. Students can vote on My Slice from the 11th until Thursday the 14th. It's about time for students to start making summer plans. We'll give you some insight on your internship hunt.
But first, we hand it over to Maddie Oleskevich for your first look at weather.
Today we enjoyed some warmer than usual temperatures for November in Syracuse, but will it continue throughout the rest of the week? I'll have your full forecast when we return on Citrus TV News live at 6.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
It's important to know and understand what our student government is actually doing.
How do we engage with the community we live in, and what can SA do to help them?
Find out this Sunday evening from 6 to 8 on the SA Debate, only on Citrus TV.
I wanna go crazy, you can go crazy too. I wanna go crazy with you. Everybody say whoa.
I'm Russell Oliver.
I'm Maddie Oleskevich.
I'm Irfan Uraizee.
And I'm Alex Resnick.
And this is Citrus TV News. It's only November, but students are already starting to make their plans for the summer of 2014. Citrus TV's Molly Smith has more with what kinds of internships you should be on the lookout for.
As students start considering their summer 2014 internship options, an important factor to look into is whether or not the position is paid. In light of Condé Nast eliminating its unpaid internship program, Career Services Internship Coordinator Jennifer Pluta says this is an ongoing trend and a loss of learning opportunities for many students.
So that means that students probably need to get started earlier with their searches or try to network more with those organizations to try to, again, create relationships with these companies in order to potentially, secure one of those internship opportunities. So students are going to need to be more creative and have the best product in front of them, meaning their best resumes, their best cover letters, their best portfolio. It's going to be harder.
For those students that have already had internships, the difference in experience between paid and unpaid positions can be noticeable. Senior advertising and political science dual Jessie Gwilt said getting paid to intern at an ad agency back home gave her the incentive to work harder.
Honestly, the fact that I was getting paid did make me want to work harder because I had a vested interest in this and they were giving me something in return, so I wanted to give them all that I had.
So where will your summer 2014 internship search take you? At the end of the day, the possibility of getting paid is an opportunity that most students can't turn down.
I'm also looking to get paid. One of the main reasons I haven't done internships in the past is, earlier on in your college career, you tend to only be able to find unpaid internships, and money is important. It keeps things going, and if I'm not being paid for my time, I probably won't be able to take an internship despite how good it may be for my career.
Molly Smith, Citrus TV News.
If you need any help in your internship search, Career Services and the Career Centers for all undergraduate colleges on campus have more information to get you started.
The common application that high school seniors use to apply to college is suffering from technical glitches. Citrus TV reporter Ashley Sue has more about how this affects SU admissions for the class of 2018.
The beginning of November marks the start of the frenzy high school seniors experience, as early action and early decision applications are due. However, in addition to the usual amount of stress, many applicants are faced with the technical problems on the Common Application website.
Initially, my counselor couldn't get on to input all my grades and stuff. That was that, but that got resolved rather quickly, so that really wasn't a problem with me.
Although some students like Madison were able to navigate the website without too many issues, others like Savina Dupar were not as lucky. She writes, quote, "Every time I go to edit a submitted essay, it shows the loading sign for a good 5 minutes, then goes on to an error page. Payment takes forever because it doesn't go to the credit card screen, and without paying, you can't apply." As a result, many universities, including SU, have pushed back early decision deadlines to give applicants ample time to upload information on the Common App website. In a phone interview, Assistant Dean of Admissions Stephen O'Keefe explains how SU Admissions is adjusting to help potential early decision applicants.
Yes, we pushed back the early decision deadline from November 15th to December 1. We don't foresee that the issues will be problematic for us with our early decision applicant pool.
Despite the deadline extension lasting 2 weeks, O'Keefe says admissions staff will push through the work. Early decision results will be released before the holidays mid-December as usual. Ashley Sue, Citrus TV News.
Even though the deadline has been pushed back, applications are already filling the SU admissions mailbox. O'Keefe says the number of applications received so far matched that of recent years past.
Maddie Oleskovich now joins us with the weather. And Maddie, it was quite a warm day for this time in Syracuse, and it was really quite surprising, right?
Yes, it was. Today we reached a high of 65 degrees today around 1:30. Currently it is 57 degrees with cloudy skies. Winds are coming in from the south at 18 miles per hour, which can knock you off your feet a little bit and make the temperature feel a little bit cooler than usual. The humidity is at 56% with no chance of rain. However, looking into tonight, temperatures are going to drop to 55 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, a low of 49 tonight with humidity reaching 81%. We're also going to have precipitation at 90% tonight, so we're going to be expecting some more showers later this evening, and they're going to be consistent throughout the night. Taking a look at the current temperatures, we're used to it being in the mid-40s, but we finally have a break from that. Syracuse is at 62 degrees, and throughout the northeast, temperatures are consistent throughout the 60s. But that's not going to be the case for much longer. Taking a look at the current surface map, a cold front is coming in from the Midwest, mixed with this low pressure zone and a little bit of moisture coming in throughout the air. We're going to be expecting that rain hitting the Syracuse area. Only a light drizzle, though, and possibly some snow coming in. Taking a look at this precipitation forecast, Syracuse should only be expecting about 1 inch of rain, some possible snow, but only, if we do get some snow, only less than an inch. Areas around central New York should also be expecting around 1 to 3 inches of rain. The whole East Coast and Northeast area is going to be expecting around 1 to 3 inches of rain as well. And taking a look at your 5-day forecast, we have rain coming up Thursday and Friday, with temperatures are going to stay in the mid-40s throughout the week. Tomorrow we should be expecting a 70% chance of rain all day. Friday, a small chance of snow, but more of that rain. Saturday, skies are going to clear up a little bit with more rain hitting us on Sunday. But we're going to be off to a great week on Monday with partly cloudy skies and a high of 47.
A lot of rain in the future. Thanks, Maddie.
Exactly.
After the break, we'll recap some of the biggest election races in the Northeast.
And find out if New Yorkers voted to allow state-run casinos. Stay tuned.
So gay.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, "Oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top"?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Now it's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 132.
That's how many batters struck out 4 times in one game last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's how many kids witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
That's not a good stat.
No, it's not, but it can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
It's important to know and understand what our student government is actually doing.
How do we engage with the community we live in, and what can SA do to help that?
Find out this Sunday evening from 6 to 8 on the SA Debate, only on CitrusTV.
I'm Leanne DeRosa.
I'm John Tomino.
I'm Nick Cardona.
And I'm Chris Wilner. And this is Citrus TV.
Some big races around the country yesterday in New York City, New Jersey, and Virginia. Brooklyn's Bill de Blasio won the New York City mayoral race. He became the first Democrat to be elected mayor of New York in 2 decades. De Blasio trounced Republican challenger Joe Lhota, gathering 73% of the vote to Lhota's 24%. Across the Hudson River in New Jersey, incumbent Republican Governor Chris Christie crushed his challenger, Democrat State Senator Barbara Bono. Christie won with 60% of the vote. Bono did better than expected, though, getting nearly 40%. Christie is on the short list of Republican presidential candidates for the 2016 election. And in Virginia, Syracuse native Terry McAuliffe was the victor in the governor's race. McAuliffe, a Democrat, defeated Republican Ken Cuccinelli narrowly by a 3% margin, 48 to 45%. McAuliffe will succeed the current Republican governor, Bob McDonnell, who is ineligible to run for re-election.
A return for shoppers to the Westfield Garden State Plaza today. The Paramus, New Jersey mall reopened this morning, 36 hours after a gunman forced the mall into lockdown. Richard Shoup fired multiple shots in the mall Monday night before taking his own life in a secluded area of the mall. While shoppers had free access to the mall this morning, workers were given a security briefing and were then escorted to their stores. As millions of Americans receive health care cancellations from insurers, President Obama is now having to address what some call broken promises. Obama says he told Americans in 2009 and 2010 that they can keep their health care plans, but only if insurers didn't change the plan after the passage of the Affordable Care Act. Obama's critics, like Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, have seized the opportunity to call out the president.
It's pretty clear that what the president said is not accurate, and we have to assume that the president knew what he was saying.
The AP reports that 3.5 million Americans face losing their policies, but the exact number is unclear.
Good news for New Yorkers, though, when it comes to Obamacare. A New York think tank says New Yorkers will see average premium reductions of about 40% when they buy health insurance through the government. A report by the Manhattan Institute shows New York is one of 8 states that will enjoy reductions instead of increases. Currently, New York State has one of the highest individual health insurance costs in the nation. And a big win for the casino gaming industry in New York State. Voters passed a referendum yesterday to allow up to 7 non-Indian casinos to be built in New York. The proposal passed despite strong opposition from Central New Yorkers. 52% of Onondaga County voters opposed the referendum, and 55% opposed it in Madison County. Governor Cuomo has said that the first 4 casinos will be built in the Southern Tier, Capital Region, and Catskills.
And now Maddie Stussman joins us with sports. Maddie?
Thanks, Alex. Syracuse Athletic honors free agency and an injured Tyson Chandler. Sports is coming up next.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
It's important to know and understand what our student government is actually doing.
How do we engage with the community we live in, and what can SA do to help that?
Find out this Sunday evening from 6 to 8 on the SA Debate, only on CitrusTV.
We are one tonight, and we're breathing in the same air. So turn up the love.
I'm Amanda Harry. I'm Rachel Walsky.
I'm Chris Womack.
And I'm Anna Giles.
And this is Citrus TV.
Syracuse men's basketball took on the Ryerson Rams last night in the Dome. The Rams, coming down from Canada, played at 7 p.m. in the Dome last night. Syracuse had a fabulous first half, leading 39-23. CJ Fair making a shot there. He also had a great game. Freshman guard Tyler Ennis, number 11, playing very well last night, 7 points and 5 assists, 4 steals as well. Jeremy Grant taking the shot here, bringing the score to 61-30 with 12:50 left in the game. And Rakeem Christmas, also here we go for the dunk. Rakeem Christmas had a great game, and finally Michael Benajay running out the clock as Syracuse wins the game 81-46. There's still time to head over to the 7 p.m. volleyball game in the Dome tonight. The matchup against Notre Dame will be the final volleyball game in the Dome this season. Last year marks the first year the team played in the Dome, and now the team hosts a 2-3 record there. SU volleyball is currently 6-6 in ACC play this season. Weekly accolades continue to roll in for Syracuse athletes this week. Already recognized as ACC Preseason Player of the Year, senior CJ Fair was identified yesterday as one of 15 players on the Oscar Robertson Trophy watch list by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. Also announced yesterday, soccer's Skylar Thomas earned a spot on College Soccer News National Team of the Week. His teammate Alex Hallis was announced ACC Player of the Week on Monday. Scott Schaefer and his SU football team are already watching tapes in preparation for Maryland's tough defense this weekend. The Terps are 10th in the NCAA in team tackles for loss and 6th in fourth down defense. In addition to preparing his offense, Schaefer says Maryland's productive offense will challenge our defense as well. The team is back to a 500 record this season, and a win this Saturday could give them their first winning record of the season. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. at Byrd Stadium. Exactly 1 week after Boston clinched the World Series, it is already time to talk free agency. Kayla Chadwick has more on one of the league's top free agents and the controversy surrounding him.
Baseman Robinson Cano is the top free agent on the market, and the Yankees really want him back. The 31-year-old infielder is the proud owner of 2 Gold Gloves, 4 Silver Slugger Awards, and 5 All-Star appearances over the course of his 9-year career. The Yankees have offered Cano a $14.1 million qualifying offer, ensuring they will receive a compensation draft pick if he signs elsewhere, while Cano has asked for $300 million over 10 years. After switching agents from Scott Boras to Jay-Z's Rock Nation over the summer, speculation has been rampant over whether Cano would be returning to the Bronx. But the concern today is less about baseball and more about bling. Jay-Z is currently under investigation for giving a $33,000 watch to Cano in violation of MLB Player Association rules. Once this minor scandal blows over, Jay-Z and Cano can get back to the business of squeezing every last dollar out of the Yankees. Cano will likely end up with a contract worth over $200 million, and the Yankees might be the only team who can afford him.
Thanks for that, Kayla. The Knicks reported today that Tyson Chandler will be out 3 to 6 weeks due to an injury he sustained in last night's game against the Charlotte Bobcats. Kemba Walker would drive the lane early in the first half, colliding with Chandler, resulting in small, non-displaced fracture in his right fibula. He would not return to the game, and the struggles of the Knicks would continue. Despite 32 points by Carmelo Anthony, would fall 101 to 97 after a late game comeback. The Knicks will get a rematch against the Bobcats Friday night.
Thanks, Maddie. Coming up after the break, find out what popular Mexican dish celebrates its very own holiday. Stay tuned.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did? Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
It's important to know and understand what our student government is actually doing.
How do we engage with the community we live in, and what can SA do to help that?
Find out this Sunday evening from 6 to 8 on the SA Debate, only on Citrus TV.
I wanna go crazy. You can go crazy too. I wanna go crazy. Wanna go crazy with you. Everybody say whoa.
I'm Russell Oliver.
I'm Maddie Olaskevich.
I'm Irfan Uraizee.
And I'm Alex Resnick.
And this is Citrus TV News.
Welcome back. So, Maddie, what kind of weather can we expect tomorrow morning?
Well, tomorrow it's going to be a high of 48. We have a 70% chance of rain, so bring your rain jackets for wherever you're going tomorrow.
So the snowfall that could come this weekend, is that all hype, or?
I believe we're only going to be expecting about less than an inch of snow, if any. It's mostly going to be rain for this week.
All right, thanks a lot, Maddie.
Anything better than snow.
Yeah, I agree. If you haven't eaten dinner yet, maybe you want to consider having nachos. After all, it is National Nacho Day.
I mean, nachos may have been first invented at a restaurant in 1943 in Piedras Negras, Mexico. There, Ignacio Anaya, affectionately known as Nacho, created the dish to serve wives of American soldiers.
The restaurant had closed when the women entered, so Anaya cut tortillas into triangles and added cheddar cheese and jalapenos. When asked what the dish was, he replied, "Nachos especiales."
Over time, the especiales was dropped, and nachos is what had remained.
What a neat little look at history to everyone's favorite snack, right?
I never knew nachos had a history behind them. Now I might go enjoy some after this.
And it's so cool. It's like nachos special dish. I never thought that was where the name came from, and then they just took out especiales.
Well, now we know it has a lot of meaning.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at Citrus TV. I'm Irfan Uraizee.
And I'm Alex Resnick. Make sure you visit citrustv.net, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Have a great night, Syracuse.